Hello, this is Kim. Good to have all of you here. Just getting started. Let me get the video going. There we go. Let me see. Make sure this is okay. Hi, this is Kim McLaughlin, and we are here on our 7th day of our Peace with Food Thanksgiving challenge. I'm just making sure all of the everything's going good in here. Excellent. Welcome. And we are just in full mode of getting ready for the holiday, and things are bustling. And I think this is the time where we have to really consider stress reduction, which we've been talking about. And I actually am doing that. Oops, my phone is beeping. I actually am doing that myself. There you go. I'm getting ready. I'm doing things like how to say no. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Let me just make sure I'm checking in. So today is day 7, and what's working for you and what's not, what are you guys learning, and what is still needed is really important to kind of be on top of it. So you can either put it in the chat, or you can send me an email or post in the Facebook group. Things that are working, successes, but also challenges. We still have another day left, day and a half left. So I am really wanting to know what's going on so I can help gear you, move you in the right direction. Also, just know that these Zoom calls will be up on our private page for the next week until, what's the date? The 30th of November. We'll have it up so you can still go back to it and look at it. I do recommend you listen to them now. I actually listen to podcast or calls like this while I'm driving. I don't look at it, I just listen to it. So that's one way you can use this as just an audio for you to just listen to. And listen and do the things and see what works for you, and do what works. Take what you like, leave the rest, as they say. But it's a good way to get in contact with yourself and what you need. So in order to get settled in for today, let's take our deep breaths, breathing in and out, getting ourselves centered and in alignment for what we're going to talk about today. 2 and 3. Great. So now we're all centered and peaceful. This is, I know I put on there to do deep breaths before you eat. I like to do deep breaths throughout the day. It's a great way for me to feel connected to myself and connected to what's going on, especially when I come into a talk like this, taking deep breaths. Also when I go in to meet with clients, when I sit down to eat, when I don't know what else to do, I take a deep breath. So I encourage you to do that. That is my top tip for breathing in and out, breathing deeply. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the daily affirmation. And today I took it a little bit differently, because normally I do I am and then something at the end. I am whatever. And today I was thinking about something that I was reintroduced to over the weekend. Was the idea of thank you is actually a sentence, a full sentence. Thank you. And I thought that that would be a great positive affirmation to start saying thank you. I try to say thank you to everybody I come in contact with, to make sure that I'm saying thank you, but this goes beyond the one-to-one personal type of thank you, but it's really thank you for, I'm sorry, I'm going to write myself a note. Thank you for waking up. When I wake up, thank you to the universe, to God, to the spirit, to whatever you want to call it, to life. Thank you. I got up in the morning. Thank you. The shower was nice and warm. Thank you. I had enough clothes to wear. Thank you. I had food to eat that I could bring with me. Thank you. My car worked today. Thank you. And to really notice every day, every moment, the thank yous. and really say them out loud. I love it when I find money on the ground, especially when I find a penny. I love to pick it up and say, thank you, because I know that that's extra that I just got, and it was just freely given to me. It's can sound kind of cheesy, but I think if you really want to go deep and resonate with the idea of being grateful and thankful, and that's what this time of year, I think one of the things this time of year can bring for us is thankfulness, Thanksgiving, thankfulness. So I encourage you to go around to yourself just saying thank you. Thank you that my video, thank you my computer worked today and that the internet is working. Thank you that Zoom is recording this for me. Thank you that you're all here. Thank you. And becoming more, having more gratitude and thankfulness in our hearts is really helpful. And I'm actually I'll post a video that I just learned about. It's a super fun video about being grateful and finding every moment a present. So I'm gonna put it up. I'll put it up in our Facebook page, but it's a pretty fun way to look at gratitude and thankfulness. So try that today. Just going around saying to yourself, saying out loud, thank you, thank you, thank you. Saying to other people, thank you. And really engaging in that as a way of life. That leads me into our, oh, actually, you know what I wanted to do is yesterday I told you I would show you my journal. So this is my journal, and I write in it often. I actually put sometimes some, here it is right here. I don't think you can read all of it, but today it's pretty filled up. I love it. I love this journal because it is hard. And that makes it easy for me to sit down and use it as its own stand. I will often buy, I have over here some journals that are these 3-leaf, like the 3-ring binder kind of type journals. Hold on, let me get it for you. This kind, oops. This kind I use too, and this one has a lot of writing in it too. But I use these, the ones that you get for school. I like them. It's bigger than the other one, but it's not as heavy. The cover's not as heavy, so I have to often use my knee or a table to write on. I like to sit in a chair and just write. So I have to kind of prop this one up. But this one has been good for me to use, and I like those kind also. So those are my 2 kinds of journals that I use. And then this is the other thing I talked about yesterday was my daily affirmation. This is called Daily Word. It is a spiritual affirmation book. And what I like about it is it's each day is a word. So today is inner peace. And the affirmation is, I find my source of peace within. Then they have a topic here, and then down here is a Bible verse. It can be whether you're into the Bible or even not. It's really more of an affirmation booklet. What I like about this is that they sell millions of these worldwide, and I love that at any point in time today when I'm reading my daily word, when I'm reading my affirmation, there are other people that are going to be reading it also, and that just makes me feel really connected to the world and to the community and connected to goodness and positivity. So that's what I like to do. I like to look at, so you can just Google Daily Word and you'll find it. It's really beneficial, or find another little kind of daily devotional kind of book. I have over here, obviously I have these kind of all over. I have a little daily calendar that I can flip over and can you see it? So daily calendar that I flip day to day to day, which has affirmations in it. And so you can have it on your desk if you'd like. I like having different affirmations in different places, so I put them all over. I actually was at a couple different people's house this weekend. It's interesting. They had their affirmations on their, posted on their mirror. And I haven't done that, but I like that idea. So it felt kind of homey that I was in their house and that they were sharing their affirmations with me and with anybody who went into the bathroom. So So for what it's worth, you can write down your affirmations and post it so you see it every day. Another good takeaway, right? Today, our behavior buster is practicing gratitude. This is the week of Thanksgiving, and often it'll be about how do we say thanks. And that in part is about how to practice gratitude, which is really important. It's another way, I like it. It's a behavior buster that actually keeps us elevated and on the high watch and feeling good about ourselves. So practicing gratitude keeps us in touch with, just like saying thank you. Remember we just said for our affirmation, thank you, thank you, thank you. Having gratitude for what's happening is also another way of saying thank you, is to be grateful and to notice what's going on. And this what we're going to talk about is a little deeper than I think often people go to. So there are a couple of ideas I'm going to give you about how to practice gratitude. And the first thing I want to show you is a friend of mine made a gratitude jar, or actually she made a jar that said thank you, and she gave it out at a networking event. And it says all kinds of things. It says good vibes only, oh yes, soar, thankful, and it's just very pretty, and it's got a star at the top. But it's just a bell jar, or a ball jar, I should say. But inside are all these positive affirmations and or positive thoughts. And what I've done is my daughter loves to write I love yous and little positive things, and she she likes to make cards for us to ask for things from her. And so here's a card that's a hug card. So we can take a card and get a hug. She also made a kiss card so that we can pick it out and get a kiss. I think those are often generally what is in here. And then I have in here little sticky notes so I can write more things that I'm grateful for to put in here. But this is a great idea to have it. What it's nice is that you put in things that you're thankful for, and when you're not feeling so thankful, pull something out of here. So you can keep yourself up all the time, because it isn't, positivity, we have to keep practicing it. And this thankfulness jar is a great way to write down things you're thankful for on a little piece of paper for you to pull out later to remind yourself what you're thankful for. It's pretty cool. And I love that if you have a kid, have put in little notes from them in there, which makes it super fun. The next thing that I like is doing 5 things daily that I'm grateful for, different items each day. So I like that as like a gratitude journal, and writing down 5 things that you're grateful for. It's a great way. A lot of people do it as a great way to end the evening, is to write 5 things they're grateful for. I've done this, and what I love the idea of is that each day I have to do 5 new different things. That really was challenging, because I would, every day I'm grateful that I had lunch or something. Well, okay, I've already used up lunch. So what's something else? It really made me dig deep about all the things that I am grateful for and write it down. It also is a great way to end the day, because then you're looking back on the day and what's positive, because what we know is that our mind will automatically go to what's negative from the day. We're just built that way. And I've been reading a lot about neuroscience, about how our brain is just functioned to go look at the negative, look at scarcity, look at where we're not safe. And our brain just automatically goes there. So we have to train our brain to look at the positive. One great way to do that is to tell ourselves, what are 5 things I'm thankful for today? Even when there's something horrible that's happened, there's something good that happened. I love that, Mr. Rogers quote. He said, when things are really bad, look for the helpers. Look for the people that are helping. And that, just to notice somebody who's assisted you out of the car, or who's assisted you at the grocery line, or who who was helpful in some way, that is one thing to be grateful for. So find something, even if life is not treating you so well, but beginning to come up with 5 things that you're grateful for every day will really can challenge you to look at what's good and what's going on right. I think it's best, I will often say thank you at the end of the day for these things that I really appreciated. And sometimes I write them down and sometimes I don't. The other thing is to have a gratitude journal where you really are journaling what you're grateful for. I've known people who've done that, who go beyond writing 5 things that they're grateful for, but really writing in length about what are you grateful for? What am I grateful for? And that is another way to solidify the goodness of what's going on. I actually have a gratitude journal that I'm going to put out within a day or so, and I'll definitely make it available to all of you. But it's a little ebook that I have that I'm going to give out to people for their journaling, to have prompts about how to look at gratitude. It's, even though I say to do this, it might not be easy. And I want to acknowledge that it's not always easy to be grateful for what's going on, because often it doesn't feel so good. So this is a way to start moving your mind into that positive space. Why gratitude? As I said, it focuses on the positive, and it leads to more gratitude. So think about that. Once I focus on the positive, I say thank you, I'm grateful for what's happened, and I acknowledge it, then I find more things that I'm grateful for and more things that I can say thank you to. So it leads to more positivity. It also obviously decreases the negative, right? If we're focusing on the positive, we're not focusing on the negative. And we want the positive to grow because, as I said earlier, our brain naturally goes to the negative. It goes to where scarcity, it goes to where things aren't working so that we can remain safe. But we're not living in a society where we have to be that vigilant to keep on guard about our safety, that we really can focus more on peace and calm and positive. Gratitude is another way of also looking at the silver lining in any situation. Like I said, one of the things I liked about that Mr. Rogers quote is look for the helpers. There's always, when there's big things that happen, earthquakes, fires, shootings, anything that goes on, look for the helpers and talk about them, and talk about the ones that are doing it right. Talk about the ones that are really giving it their all, and not seeing the silver lining, so to speak, in any situation. The more positive we are, the less opportunities we have to overeat. Think about that. Like when you're considering overeating, it's not when we feel calm, rested, at ease. Think about that and kind of start noticing that when you're overeating, when you're thinking about overeating, are you calm and rested and at ease? Often, generally, all the time, I think it's more about being overwhelmed, sad, lonely, bored, some of those feelings that lead to emotional eating. The more we're in gratitude, the more we're positive and uplifted and enjoy, and we're not going to be leaning to food to feed that emotional hunger. Positivity can help lessen the idea of wanting to overeat. And the more we eat less, the more we eat intuitively and connecting. And intuitive eating is all about connecting back to our body. So when we're eating, when we eat less, we are more grateful and thankful, which means we're more positive, which means we eat less, which means we're getting more in touch with our body and what our body really needs, and feeling more centered inside of ourselves. Okay? So that is the behavior buster today, is to practice gratitude. Say thank you all day long. Thank you. So start doing that today and keep that one going. Continue your behavior busters. Eat when hungry, stop when full. Eat at the table. Practice doing deep breaths before you eat. Practice gratitude. Journal daily. Lessen your stress, right? I'm sorry, those are our behavior busters. And so the behavior busters are hungry, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, eat at the table, practice stress reduction, journal, and then now practice gratitude. Those are all things that we've learned all these days that really will help lead you to lessen overeating and feel more connected to your body, which leads you to not want to overeat. Daily guidelines still continue, breathing in and out, hungry full, positive affirmations. All these things are tools that you're going to take along with you. Take along with you after we're done. Tomorrow's our last day. And I have been so honored to be with all of you. This has been a great Peace with Food Thanksgiving challenge. And I would love to invite you to more of this. We're going to do it again in December at Christmas time. We're starting on the 12th of December. And it's going to be a little bit different. I'm kind of streamlining it, so I think it'll make it more accessible to everybody. So that's going to be good. But there's a lot more food coming up. There's a lot more challenges in terms of family issues and feeling stressed and overwhelmed and overloaded, and it shows up in food. So I want to help you. That I'm going to leave a link in our private page to help you, private webpage to help you sign up if you're interested. It's only $20. Like seriously, $20 to have peace with food. I'm in. I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, and we'll have our final day before the holiday. And I wish you a great rest of the day. Practice gratitude today. Practice saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being here. This is Kim McLaughlin from FeedYourSoulUnlimited.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.